Hi, Virgo. Some sage to cleanse the space. Thank you, God. 3 chimes to bring in the positive energy. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, if this is your first time tuning in, this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Always practice using your uh, intuition, your gut feeling. Many of my readings, that is the underlying message, the underlying statement is really learning to trust ourselves and really learning to trust, to let Spirit, to let God guide us. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, my name is Greta, and I am an intuitive reader. I do look at your horoscope. I do look at the sun and the moon and the planetary placements to get an idea of the energy that is surrounding you. When we have these cards on the table, I trust my intuition first. I am an intuitive reader. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, if this is your first time tuning in, a little bit about the layout of this reading. When we look at this top row, when we look at this first row, we will be looking at your public life, your professional life. When we look at the second row, we will be looking at your home life, your personal life. And the final row, the third row, is final thoughts, final messages. Many times we will find with final thoughts and final messages, it does help bring the reading together and it does help clarify maybe some other confusion that may have been going on with our professional life or our public life. And speaking of clarity, if you enjoyed this reading or if you have any questions or if you're seeking more clarity, tune in to one of my live readings. During the live reading, you do have the ability to write in the comment section any questions that you have in regards to the cards that are on the table or on the topic of conversation. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Virgo. And here, Virgo, we see you looking back at all that you have put in, all the work and all the effort that you have been putting into a situation and wondering and questioning, is it worth it? Has it been worth it up until this point? And that is backed, that is forced by the Nine of Wands, that a change, a sudden change, a sudden shift in your thought process or a sudden shift in emotions. It's almost like you had a aha moment or you're experiencing an aha moment and now you're wondering, has it all been worth it? Has it all been worth it? And let's see how those two cards play into the rest of your reading this week, Virgo. And we start off with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a gift. The Pentacles in tarot represents intellect, heart, mind. This, I got that all mixed up. Thank you for being patient with me. The Pentacles in tarot represents the physical. It represents external being, our foundation, the page represents youth or young, inexperienced, anew. So there's something of something physical, something new that is physical that has come into your public life, your professional life. And it came up out of nowhere. It just popped up. Something new popped up out of nowhere. It hit you from the left field. The Six of Swords, ready for peace, ready to move on into calmer waters. You're ready to move on. You're ready for change. You're ready to shift your energy. But you're feeling stuck. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling like there's still a lot that you can't see. There's still a lot that you don't know. Here's something from nothing. There is increased job pressures. And these increased job pressures are causing dissatisfaction. And they're also causing tension with the higher ups. And if this tension, if this dissatisfaction goes unchecked, this unhappiness that is going on here in your public life, in your work environment, in your business. But if this unhappiness, if this dissatisfaction is left unchecked, it's going to spread like wildfire, Virgo. And Cancer season really has, this year, Cancer season is really coming in like a lion. And everyone's emotions are running hot during this next few weeks, Virgo. It may be time, or during this time, just during this time, and I'm recommending this to everyone during this time, Virgo, is that we take a step back and we redirect our energy. We redirect our emotions during this next few weeks until, you know, um, our emotions and everyone's emotions start to cool down. And then after everyone's emotions starts to cool down, then then address this issue. That chanting can really help us redirect our energy and refocus and process. Maybe find a chant that works for you. And the Death card, lack of color, lack of interest. The Moon card, something hidden revealed. the Six of Wands, victory, winning, coming out on top, and balance. When we are experiencing new love, we are in a state of euphoria. And many times when we are in a state of euphoria, we overlook red flags and we don't ask the hard questions. It is important that we let our feelings of euphoria die down before making any decisions or making any big long-term decisions in relationships. You know, we've all heard the stories of people who after 10 or 20 years wake up next to a stranger. And we can save ourselves from looking back with regret by slowing down now and relaxing and letting emotions die down before making any big decisions or making any commitments. What is meant for us will always find us, and what is not meant for us will always find a way out of our lives. The Tower, a sudden change, a quick and sudden change, a change that has us looking more towards the spiritual than the physical, looking for spiritual answers, looking for spiritual guidance. The Five of Cups, a pivotal point, a turning point. No longer needing, no longer desiring to look at the past. Judgment, justice, justice, and the Lover's card. Partnerships, new people. Healing without final words is very challenging, Virgo. And if we're unable to have final words with someone for any given reason, we can consider having a closure ceremony. And when we move to reach closure, we reach that closure for ourselves and not for others. A method that I like to use is just on a piece of paper, write down what I appreciated about the other person. And I also write down what I will miss about that other person. After that, I write what I'm making room for, what it is that I would like to come into my life. Personally, I like to have a burning ceremony. I have a little burning bowl and I'll burn that paper. I know some people will tear that paper up into little pieces. You can tear that piece of paper up into little pieces and toss it into the wind. Or some people even place that paper in water, or some even just throw that in the trash. But there's a ceremony that you can find that will work for you, that will help bring closure to the past. Until we find closure with the past, it will always keep coming up. It will always keep reoccurring. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Virgo. Thank you, Virgo. You have a blessed week.